Hi, I'm Dr. Kerry Krieger, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Jhinjhoti. It's a raga, a melody from northern India. Jhinjhoti is its name. It's an evening raga. Very beautiful, very relaxing and mellow, and I have been practicing it a lot lately. So I want to teach you the basics of it. It's fairly easy as far as the fingers go, but it's fairly complex as far as the mind goes, because the scale, you cannot go straight up and down in the scale. So I'm going to teach you some Alap, which is the start of a raga, where it's slow, there's no rhythm. And I just want to teach you some key phrases so that you can start to think about how Jhinjhoti sounds and the combinations of notes that you use. I'm playing on an F flute. Doesn't matter what pitch flute you have. If you're watching this and you don't have an F flute, then listen to me play something and then just pause the video and turn on your own tambura, which is the sound you hear in the background, the drone. Make sure your tambura is tuned to 3 holes down, which is sa, and then just play the same fingerings that I'm doing, and it may be a different pitch, but it's all relative to your sa, so it'll sound exactly like Jhinjhoti. So play on any flute, and here's what we're going to do. Da, sa, re, ma, ga. Da, sa, re, ma, ga is a very key phrase in Jhinjhoti. Da, this note, 5 holes down, is vadi, which means the emperor note, or the most important note in the raga. And ga is samvadi, the second most important note. You don't have to play it with ornaments like I just did. Here it is straight, plain. Re ga, re ga, re ga, sa, re ga. Sa, re, ma, ga. Remember, ma, it's your should ma. All the notes in Jhinjhoti are should, which means they're pure, natural. So partly close that hole to get your ma. Sa, re, ma, ga. I'm going to take back what I said. Not all the notes are should. All the notes that we had played so far are should, but the Komal Ni, flat note. So the phrase I just did, sa, re, ni, Komal Ni. Yeah, the lights in these cabins out in the middle of the Paraná River in Argentina aren't too bright, so we'll do the best we can. It's my cabin. I'm in eastern Argentina, in the woods, Paraná River in Tigre. Back to Jhinjhoti though. Sa, re, Komal Ni. So that hole partly closed. Da, pa. The speed you're playing, the combination of ornaments that you're playing doesn't matter. Most important thing right now is the key, the main notes that I'm playing, aside from any rhythm that's there or any ornamentation. Sa, re, ni, da, pa. Okay, so we came down to our low pa. We can go all the way back up to ga, just straight up the scale. Pa, da, sa, re, ga. Pa, da, sa, re, ga. So I brought us back to sa by going pa, da, sa, re, ga, holding the ga because ga is such an important note in Jhinjhoti. Re, sa. Pa, da, sa, re, ga, re, sa. Ni da, ni da, ni da, sa. Ni da, ni da, ni da, ni pa. Pa, da, sa. We always skip ga. I take that back. We almost always skip ga going up. You definitely would never go sa, re, ga, ma, pa in Jhinjhoti, but you would go sa, re, ma, pa. You do that all the time. You could go sa, re, ga, ma, re, ga, ma. So you can hit ga going up, but only as far as ma, and usually fast and not very often. So general rule, skip ga going up. So what I did just now was sa, re, ma, pa. da, sa, re, ma, pa. I came up to pa, I held it for a long time. It was the first time I'd come to pa. Pa is a very important note. It's the fifth in music. And from a physical standpoint, as far as waves vibrate, sound is waves of air coming at us, or pulses of air, something to that effect. And the fifth is a very important note based on vibrations, and because our tambora, which is the sound in the background, is playing 4 strings, one of which is pa, so that note's playing in the background. So when I come to it the first time, I almost always hold it long. So I held that pa, I went sa, re, ma, pa, hold the pa, then I can show the pa in a different way, da, sa, re, ma, pa. Ma, pa, ma, pa. Ma, ga, re, ga. Sa, re, ni, da, pa, da, sa. I made that line up just now specifically to demonstrate that you don't have to skip the sa coming down. Before we were going re, ni, da, pa, but you can come straight through sa. So I believe I went sa, re, sa, ni, da, pa. Connect it back to our very important line, da, sa, re, ma, ga. Sa, re, sa, ni, da, pa, da, sa, re, ma, ga. I sometimes do a little fade out type of thing. I came up to ga, and I just, at the very end of the note, I give it a little wisp, a very light. You don't have to, though. So, if you did, though, your hand's now at sa. I was working on pa before. I left pa for a while, but I'm still generally in an alap. I'll start out in the low notes, and then I'll slowly work my way up. So we're at pa, so let's get back up there. Sa, re, ma, pa. And now my ornament this time was with da, which was a note we have not yet gotten to or shown. So instead of coming straight up to a big da, I'm kind of hinting at it. I'm using it barely, just as the ornament. Sa, re, ma, pa, da, pa, da, pa. Now, let's give a da. Ma, pa, da, pa, da, pa, da, pa, ma, pa. da, ni, da. So I show a new note, that Komal Ni, trying to get some light here to show you that guy. Ni, Komal Ni. Kind of roll my finger like that. Some people play their Komal Ni with the open part of the hole facing outward like that, but I have the open part of the hole facing down. It's just how I play. Sa, re, ma, pa, da, ni, da, pa. Da, pa, ma, ga, re, ga. I'm in the process of returning back down to sa. I came up, we've played all the notes, down as low as pa, all the way up to Komal Ni, which is the note below sa, which would be the top of our octave, so we haven't gotten there. So how about, since we've showed all those notes, let's come back down and give a long sa, the same note that's playing in the background, the most important note in general of any raga, tied perhaps with the vadi or samvadi. Sa is always an important note because it's the start of our scale and it's going on our tambur, so it's always there. So let's return back to it. I'd gotten up to ni, and then I started to come down, and of course I show a lot of ga because that's such an important note. So I believe what I did before was go da, pa, ma, ga, re, ga. Sa, re, ga, re, sa, ni, da, pa, da, sa, re, ma, ga. Re, ga, re, ga, re, ma, ga. Sa, re, ni, da, sa. We may as well go up to high sa. We've shown all the other notes. Whenever you arrive at high sa the very first time in a raga, very important. It's an important note. We've built up tension by not going to it, and now we're going to release the tension with a very long high sa. The first time you hit high sa in a raga, you can hold it as long as you want. When I finish the high sa, I'm going to do a flash. A flash is just a note, a line that's played really fast, and the simplest flash is just go straight down to the bottom of your range and then come straight up the scale back to high sa. So you can vary it, but right now what I'll do is I'll get to the top to the sa and come all the way down and all the way back up, and then I'll explain it. Okay, so as I recall, I went re ma pa da ni da, re ma pa da ni da, sa, and I held the sa, and then I went, after holding the long high sa, I went straight down the scale and straight up the scale. Sa ni da pa ma ga re sa ni da pa da sa re ma pa da sa. Sa ni da pa ma ga re sa ni da pa. I went all the way down to pa. I didn't stop though. I came straight up then. Da sa re ma pa da sa. It's a flash, so do it fast. Or do it very slow, and later on when you're more warmed up in Jhinjhoti, after you've been practicing your hour or two a day, hopefully, would be awesome. You would start sounding really good if you were playing an hour or two a day, a flute. And you'd probably be happier too, because flute playing is enjoyable. So, let's see, we did our flash, we came back up to high saw, and we could then continue in the same manner that we were just doing, repeating all those phrases, except up in the high octave. We could move up the scale from that high saw up to re, sho ga. We could sa re ma ga, da sa re ma ga, up high, and then show a long high saw, and then start to descend. So let's just descend to return to the saw, and we'll end it there. Sa re ni da. Actually, I did 3 knees. Doesn't matter how many you do though. Just come down, show a da. Da is important. Padani da pada. Padani da pada. Da pa ma pa. Ma ga re ga, which we've done several times today. Sa re sa ni da ni da. Sa re sa ni da ni da. Da pa da, up to sa. That was Jhinjhoti, a beautiful raga from northern India. And sometime very soon, hopefully by the time you're watching this video, I'll have made a webpage, indianflutemusic.com/Jhinjhoti. And go there, indianflutemusic.com/Jhinjhoti. You're probably wondering how to spell Jhinjhoti. It's Jhinjhoti. Jhinjhoti. Some people spell it a little bit differently, but that's how I'm going to spell it up on my website, indianflutemusic.com/Jhinjhoti. What I'm going to do, I'm going to write all this out so you can actually see it. Indian notation. It's very easy to read. Don't worry, even if you've never read music before, it's easy to figure out what's going on. And next time I do one of these videos, I plan to actually show you the piece of paper, go through it so that you can see what it looks like when it's written down, and I can clarify any points you may want to keep in mind. So also, you'd do me a big favor if you clicked like if you liked this video, and subscribe to my youtube.com/IndianFluteMusic channel, and leave a comment. Whatever you think about this video, feel free to leave your comment. And then go to indianflutemusic.com/Jhinjhoti. While you're there, be sure to sign up for my newsletter, because I send out lots of recordings, lessons, information about concerts that I'm playing, and if you're on the newsletter, you'll get that. And speaking of concerts, I played a concert in Buenos Aires last weekend, and I played Jhinjhoti, and I played it in a 6-beat tall called Dadra, and guess I'll play you some of that composition right now. I'll just play you part of it. Here's the main line of it. Small part of the composition, and but you could hopefully hear a lot of those key lines that we were doing, like da, sa, re, ma, ga. I'm going to end it on that. I'll end it actually on this.